Welcome to the Real Estate Heat TV. My name is Mikkel and I'm with Princess Homes. And today we're going to talk about 10 ways to get into real estate. 10. So, you know how people say, oh, there are 7 ways, there's 15 ways, there are 10 ways in order to skin a cat. Well, real estate is the same way. It's a broad industry and everybody doesn't have to be a wholesaler. Like, surprise, surprise, everybody doesn't have to get into wholesaling. There are different methods, there are different ways, and there are different parts of real estate that you can become a part of. You don't just have to wholesale, even though wholesaling is very lucrative. So, we're going to talk about a few things today. And the first thing we're going to talk about is being a bird dog. So, a bird dog is basically a person that finds properties for investors. So, they go out, they find great deals, let's say 50% off. So, say a property is $100,000 and you find a house that is $50,000. So, you found the house at $50,000, you get the price, you get where the neighborhood is, you get the amount of bedrooms, etc. And when you give that information to that investor and that investor actually closes on the property, they'll cut you a check for between $500 and to $1,000. So that's pretty much the industry standard. If you're a bird dog, you just give them over that information, and if they close on that property, then they'll give you some money. So they'll give you coins. So signs. So certain investors or brokerages, they want to put their signs out there. The We Buy Houses, I'm sure you've seen them on every corner. You get paid a little bit of money for it, but the point is for you to go out and to investigate and to look at different neighborhoods, know which neighborhoods are doing well or are up and coming, etc. So it helps you learn your neighborhood well. So you're basically driving around, and when you're driving around, they call it, driving for dollars. So you can do both. So you're a bird dog and you're putting out these signs, you're making coins. So you're making money being a bird dog, putting out signs, and then also with that information that you have from the signs and the bird dog, you're setting yourself up to be a great wholesaler, and you're setting yourself up if you want to buy and hold to find great properties at discounted properties. Why? Because you're out there and you're in the field. You're not just standing by. Okay, so getting hired. So there are companies that will hire you as a acquisition specialist, for example. So the acquisition specialist, their main job, they're cold calling, they're emailing, they're doing various things in order to get sellers on board, in order to get buyers on board. And also you have to be good at managing your lead list. So basically, these companies have people that pound the phones. They're calling people, and they're emailing and they're having meetings with buyers and sellers, and they're setting it up basically for the investor to execute the deal. And some acquisition specialists, they also they do contracts, so they send out offers. So that's something good to know as well. So you'll learn under somebody else's dime. You'll learn pretty much the basics and the things that you need to know in order to set up your first deal. So this is how you can get in the game, and you can learn, and you can learn for free, basically. Learn for free. You learn it and you earn it. That's what you're doing. So an administrator slash the receptionist. So if you become administrator or receptionist at a brokerage, or an investor, their business, then you can definitely learn that way as well, because you'll be booking appointments, you'll be speaking to sellers and buyers, you'll be hearing the investor or the realtor talk. So you start to learn certain lingo, and you start to become warmer to certain concepts that may be foreign to you. So that's another way. A property researcher. Some companies hire researchers, meaning you're looking up public records to see who owns properties and, let's see, the West Side. So certain distressed properties, et cetera, or whatever the criteria is for that investor, even mobile homes, you're learning who's the owner of these properties. And then that information is very valuable for people who are trying to set up deals. So basically, what you're doing is you're getting the baseline and the skills necessary in order to formulate your own deals, and you're learning and you're earning at the same time. So that's winning. So you don't have to jump in every single aspect, every single field. You can learn one aspect, and you can, hone in on that, and then you can learn another. But every way you can make money. So that's the whole point. Okay, getting licensed, of course. If you get your real estate license, you learn the basics of real estate, and then you also, your license, of course, allows you to represent buyers and represent sellers. And as I said, there are other parts of the real estate industry that you can get into. You do not have to be a realtor. You can get in property management and things of that sort. So that's another way to get into real estate. And also finding a mentor that can teach you wholesaling. So finding a mentor would be very important in helping get your feet wet, help getting you started, helping you know the things that you need to do and the practicality. And having practicality is very important. So not somebody that is, giving you this rule book or this big whole thing and that you can't chew on step by step. If you have a mentor that will help hold your hand, and shameless plug, of course, Princess Homes, we have a coaching program and it's at www.princesshomeinc.com. And also, you can just message us below. We'll definitely be happy to help you. My email is info@princesshomes.net. So another way, get get some handyman jobs. So what this does is, if you have the skills, I recommend that you go ahead and test your little hand at it and get some handyman jobs such as painting, you can be putting on doors and doorknobs, changing locks, doing floors. But if you gain those skills, so not only you're gaining that skill, but you're also pricing things at the store, see how much things cost, and that will definitely help you get into the field. So think about it. Whoever owns this property is the investor, the property management, etc. So you get to be around in the field. You get to learn the lingo. You get to see how much things cost, a budget. So when you do, let's say you want to do a fix and flip, you can have an idea of a budget. Why? Because you've been around the contracting industry and the budget and the different things that need to be done concerning fixing up a property. And then if you have gained enough knowledge and enough skills, and the skills that you already have, you can utilize on your first deal and you can do some of the work yourself. You don't have to do some of the work yourself, but if you're on a strict budget, that'll be a good thing that you can do. You can save some costs by fixing up yourself. So you can become a marketer for realtors. So if you are good with lead generation, etc., if you're generating these leads, then you know some buyers, you know some sellers, and not only can you make money from the realtor for paying you for that information, you have that information stored. So that will give you a great idea of not only what's going on and who's buying, so what type of demographic is buying, and that will help you target your buyers when it comes to marketing your own property. So the next thing, last but not least, loan signing agent. So if you become a loan signing agent, you can hook up with title companies in various places, and they will have, of course, the seller, the buyer, the lenders. So you can see who's lending around town. You can see what source of buyers, as far as big time investors. So you're really getting in on what's going on, and also the lingo. So you get to know what happens at closing because that's very important, and you get to make money. Of course, loan signing agents make money from one contract. You helping somebody figure out their lending information and getting it notarized, etc. From that one contract, you can make about $200. So it ranges, but you can. It's more money than a general notary. So you're making 75, you're making 100, you're making 200, you're making coins. So you're making coins and you're learning and you're earning at the same time. So the 10 things that we talked about today, the first thing that we talked about is becoming a bird dog, planning, planning for sale signs in yards for different realtors or on those posts for different realtors or investors, getting hired as an acquisition analysis, being an administrator or receptionist, being a property researcher, getting your real estate license, or finding a mentor to teach you wholesaling, aka us, aka the Heat TV. You can contact us, or you can get some handyman jobs or become a marketer for realtors. And last but not least is a loan signing agent. So thank you for watching today, the Real Estate Heat TV. If you have any questions, you can comment below. And also my email is there, info@princesshomes.net. And also my website is www.princesshomesinc.com. And you can get our real estate course there. It is on a rolling schedule. So after you sign up, within 24 hours, you receive the information about the course and when it starts, etc. Because it's on a rolling basis. So you have your own track. So thank you for joining us. And this is the Real Estate Heat TV. Bye.